So today I want to talk about the importance of tomorrow. And when you are suffering second by second by second, millisecond by millisecond, when you see no escape, you have to know that there is relief coming. And we all have experienced moments of temporary relief. And it's fleeting, and it's hard to accept that the suffering comes back at such intensity. But at least for me anyways, I will get a tomorrow, meaning there will always be a break, no matter how bad. And I think it couldn't possibly get worse, and that it will kill me. It will kill me. I know a break is always coming. A break will always come. Your body just simply can't keep it up indefinitely. It gives you tiny little breaks throughout. So you're bad, a little better. Bad, a little better. So I just think it's really important in those moments where, those moments are real, they're raw, and it feels like eternities. It feels like it's never, ever going to end. You have to try to keep in mind and just repeat to yourself over and over and over the promise of tomorrow, tomorrow, tomorrow. Tomorrow will come. Relief will come. Because when relief comes, you feel, or you can garner the strength anyways to keep going, to face the suffering. I always explain it like this, and for anybody who's never experienced this amount of suffering, they will think that this is crazy, but this is literally what it feels like. So you're in a prison camp. You are being tortured alive. You're locked up, you're chained, and people are beating you, and you are suffering. You're suffering. You're being tortured alive, and you're suffering every millisecond. It's horrible. It's horrible. And then all of a sudden, they will stop beating you and leave the room. You're still bruised, you're still battered, you still have pain, you still have a lot of symptoms and things, but you can breathe easier because you're not fighting against the intense force second by second. So when that happens, that's your promise of tomorrow. And I always say it's like being in a prison camp, because even though you can feel that relief and you think they're gone, suddenly they burst back in and start torturing you alive again, and beating you, torturing you, whipping you. You're in chains. And so even though things aren't perfect when they leave and you're lying, beaten and battered on the floor, you do have that relief. You can let down your fist a little against the guard and say, okay, if they never came back, I could heal from here. Unfortunately, they do come back. Unfortunately, in my case, this is, an ongoing thing. It's like you can't get out of the prison camp. But eventually, you always have to hold on to that promise that even somebody who's being tortured alive, even when you're in a prison camp, those people have to stop. It has to stop. You have to, they have to sleep, they have to eat. As eventually your body has to sleep, it has to rest. So you will get a break. So hold on to those moments. Hold on to the promise of tomorrow. Because tomorrow does come. Relief does come. And when you're in the throes of it, you feel like you could do something that you would regret. And you have to remember, no matter how bad it is right now, relief will come. Okay, so hold on to the promise of tomorrow. Always remember that it will come. It will come. And when you're in your deepest, darkest, you have to just hold on to that knowledge.